Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Mental Mosaic with Kiki Garcia. So I just got done reading this book right here, How to Grow, Nurture Your Garden, Nurture Yourself by Marcus Bridgewater. And I am so excited to have you with me today because this book just spoke to me. First of all, I devoured it in I think 2 days. It's just
Awesome.
it's so good. You are amazing. And it feels to me like I want to say you're an old soul. Am I right?
I wrote many of poems about being an old soul. So yes, I am an old soul.
Even listening to your stories about growing up, I'm thinking to myself, I had to go back and I'm like, how old is this kid? He's so mature and he's taking care of things and he's doing extra chores, and you are just incredible.
Well, thank you very much. That's very, very kind of you and high praise.
And are you sitting in your house right now?
I'm in my my kitchen. Yeah.
It's just what I pictured it in my head. That's what it looks like. And I absolutely love it. So how did you start with all of these plants and the love and the time? It's just, I love it.
Well, I started with just a few plants, and I was gifted 16 plants to be specific, and I killed more than half of them when I got them home, and I was desperate to keep the rest alive. And since that time, which now was several years ago, I've just been adding incrementally, little by little, little by little, little by little. And it's led to a place now where I have 250 plants inside, spread out throughout my house, and nearing 700 outside. So I started with just a few, learned what I could about those, got a ton so that were dying. That's the other big one. I got hundreds of plants that were dying, and I did what I could to nurse them back to life. And the more I found success in nurturing them back to life, the more I found myself learning without even being able to synthesize the information I was learning, nuances I was picking up from all over the place. And that really is what led to the gardening aspect of what I am today.
It's incredible how you compare the plants to people and our relationships and our community. But I think the biggest word of all I get from reading this book is you are so inspiring, because I am that person. If a plant I have is not doing well, it's so personal for me. And my husband doesn't get it. He's like, it's just a plant. What's wrong? And I'm like, no, I'll give you a little bit of me. I was not able to have a baby. And for me, I really put it into my plants. Okay. And when I see a plant not doing well, I take it so personal. You can't even take care of a plant. Of course you couldn't have a baby. And to hear, you talking about the plants that are not doing good that you see in stores, I'm that person. I always look at Lowe's and I want to take them home with me and just nurture them and bring them back to life. And now I feel like because of you, I can do that.
Oh, well, on so many layers. Wow. Thank you. That is incredibly touching. On a lot of scales, I appreciate what you're talking about, and that challenge to find ways to use the energy and use it to still nurture, and to find ways to nurture and to continue to share that nurturing. I'm so thrilled to hear that you enjoy that process of taking the things that are having a hard time and giving them the love and the care and watching them come back. That is not something I think a lot of us take time to respect. And in addition to that, addressing how life is a really hard thing to do. I'm not a doctor by any means, and I know nothing about your specific lifestyle or any of the conditions that surround your body physicality, but finding kindness, patience, and love with your body as it is, and your interaction with the world as it is a really hard thing to do. And so kudos to you for finding that and then really empowering it, because it is a beautiful thing, and it's about growth. And growth is such a hard thing to focus on if we have experienced loss, or if we've experienced some hurdle that is one that we don't necessarily want, or is one that everyone else has to deal with.
Mm-hmm. So what was the first lesson you learned from caring for all of these plants? What was your first takeaway where you knew this was something you had to pursue?
Well, several things happened simultaneous to one another. One was in the act of growing the sweet potato. A couple times I found, or in the act of growing things back from the dying state to growth, I found several plants did better when I simply moved them from one location to another. And in the act of just moving it from here to there, it started to show signs of growth. And I thought to myself, I haven't changed anything. What is the difference? And it's the environment. And so then I started thinking to myself, wow, I can't make it grow, but I can foster the environment where it wants to grow. So I need to be fostering environments. That's what I do as a gardener. And then I need to then figure out what plant wants what environment. Oh, that makes things easier in a way. It's more stewarding a relationship with this companion, not forcing this companion to do something.
Now, in your book, you talk about community a lot, and I love it. What is community to you?
Community is the act of acknowledging the life you share with others. Community is appreciating that life is growing inside of beings all around you, and you all are sharing resources. You're affecting each other's growth, and you want to make sure that relationship is symbiotic, because if it's not, it could turn parasitic very easily, and those in your community could be leeching from you, and you find yourself exhausted, or you could be leeching from those in your community and you're still not getting anywhere because it's not genuine motivation for yourself.
The other part of the book I love is the vibrations, the story about the little bird that was in the watering can. You know, I lost my mom, and we didn't have like the closest relationship that I wanted, but it was a lot about how we were around each other, our vibrations, our feelings, our maybe what we thought was going on in our head. And if we just adjusted that, maybe things could have been different.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You know, it's a part of the reason why I talk so much about kindness. We as human beings, I think one of the things, in addition to our thumbs, that makes us such a powerful, powerful creature is our tongue. And how does your tongue work? Well, your tongue works through manipulating a series of vocal cords to vibrate in patterns that are then going to vibrate on someone's eardrum in patterns that translates into thought. And so the essence of vibration is so rudimentary. It's everywhere in everything. And we found out now that, like, with high-powered cameras, sound is actually affecting solid objects. We didn't, a lot of us didn't realize that for the longest time, and now we have the cameras to prove it. So all of that is to be said, the vibration of your being and your voice is so powerful, starting with the vibration of the sound inside your mind, your thoughts. Again, so powerful. The more we are able to focus on the tool of that vibration and harness it, the more we use it in a way that is constructive, instead of doing what we've done today, which is letting it go rampant without discipline, without moderation. We yell whenever we want. We scream at each other. We're not conscious of what our voice, what our being, the power of our vibration is doing.
Well, you are incredible. I wish I had more time with you, but I know I have to let you go. Again, this is the book, How to Grow by Marcus Bridgewater. Where can people find you? Because I know you're huge on social media.
You can find me on TikTok at Garden Marcus, Instagram, Garden_Marcus. You can also check out Choice Forward on Instagram. And we have websites, choiceforward.com. There's also gardenmarcus.com, and check out How to Grow, Nurture Your Garden, Nurture Yourself. It's everywhere books are sold.
I love it. I hope I can talk to you again someday. Thank you so much for being with me, and have a great day.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I look forward to our next chat.